So now that with your experience and everything that you've learned over the years, looking back at the younger you, do you think you actually needed the medication back then? Or could have there been like some of the, because when we were reading your book, or I don't know if it was on the episode where we were kind of doing the summary, because we talked about your book throughout, a bunch of episodes. But there was one where I remember talking or mentioning to our listeners, like if you have kids that are on medication, like we're not doctors, obviously. Right. We're just saying, like, as a suggestion, just look into it. But if you have kids that are on medication for ADHD, ADD, or some kind of brain chemical altering drugs.
Or learning disorder.
Yeah, like check out this book, because there might be techniques that you could use instead of just giving them medicine.
Right.
So when you look back at yourself, at 14 or younger, when you were taking that medicine, do you think you actually needed it back then?
Yes and no, to be honest. This is like not a straightforward answer. So I'll give it my best, right? So I think that ADHD, it's not do you have it or do you not have it? It's not like COVID. You can't test yourself and go, oh, you got it. Oh, here it is. It's never cut and dry like that. It happens on a scale. You might have a little bit of distractibility in certain instances. You might have a little bit of impulsivity, or you might have a lot. And so if you imagine that on a scale of 1 to 10, how ADD are you? You're going to sit somewhere on there. Now, the thing that makes that complicated is typically you'd think, well, if you're a 7 or above, you should be medicated, right? Not necessarily. Two things are going to change that equation and move that 7 to another number. One is, are you in a school that doesn't allow you to move and put your hands on things and talk while you're learning? Okay. If you don't allow that, then your 7 is going to look like a 9.
Right.
Okay. If you're in a school that allows and encourages that 7 is going to look like a 5. Now you're still up there. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
On the other hand, the thing that I focus on with parents is the thing they can most control, which is behavior and motivation cause the development of that attention or the delay of that attention. So, for instance, you got an ADD boy. He's 4. He's really clever. He doesn't know how to. He's constantly pushing his boundaries in very creative ways. He pretends he's not able to do certain things he doesn't want to do. Well, the more he succeeds in that behavior to avoid doing the things that would actually develop the attention, the further his attention falls behind. The better you are as a parent to be able to hold that boundary so that you can motivate your child to do those things that are difficult. Now, again, that 7, are you going to move it to a 9 or are you going to move it to a 5? Well, that can be the difference between medication and whether it's necessary or not. So for me in public school, with the behavior I had, medication enabled me to survive school. I don't think I would have survived it without it. Now I'm trying to go back and offer other solutions that weren't there for my parents.